Welcome to the first video at Studio 13. That's going to be the setup. And unfortunately, this first video is going to be filmed on my cell phone. And the reason being is, well, we don't have the curtains up yet. And we don't have this up yet because I want to keep my equipment kind of hidden, so to say. So I didn't, I haven't got my camera equipment set up. Plus, my good camera, I've got to hook up a microphone, and you can't just carry it around because I don't have a connection to put the thing on So I'm filming on my cell phone today. So yeah, this is going to be my video vlog. Sometimes we'll have some good stories, and sometimes we'll have some edited stories, and sometimes it's just going to be me talking. And this is what one of those story or times is I'm just going to be talking, not very scripted. I'm just going to kind of go with it. And the whole journey of this thing that I'm going to try to take you guys on is me being a landlord and some of the situations that I deal with. Because I don't go to therapy, and I'm feeling this is going to be probably the best for me, because I don't trust therapy sometimes, even though it might be good for me. Because it feels every therapist I've ever heard about, they kind of just, they do more textbook as opposed to personal. But I know that's not 100%, and I know that's just my personal feelings on it. But it is what it is. So when I started taking over as a landlord here at the Glen Park community, one of my first things that I did was try to help people out, because I've been there, and we can go over the story of how I got myself to those situations or whatever later. But right now I want to talk about how the judge decided to get us to leave the courtroom during the hearing, or during the eviction. So I had a lady and a mixed couple in number 10 over there, and well, they started getting really slack with rent and some other issues that came up. So I talked to them about paying the rent, and they never would, and so we had to go to court. So we had to go to the eviction. And oh my God, that whole thing was just, what the fuck? We go to court, so we're not going to go to the procedure. First, if you guys don't know how eviction works, basically what you've got to do is you got to go to the courthouse, wherever you're at, fill out an eviction paper, and then it gets delivered, and the person you're evicting has a chance to respond, and then they respond, and if they don't just go, we got to go to court to get rid of possession and all this crazy stuff, and it's kind of a weird process. Sometimes it can take 2 weeks, sometimes it can take months. And it's crazy because, the law is going to try to help out the residents, which I get. But anyways, that's neither here or there. So we go through all that, and we go to court, and we're sitting in court, and they're telling their side. The people I'm taking to the evict are telling their side. I'm telling my side, and the judge is looking really confused. We're trying to explain the situation best at hand. And then the judge just sits there, and she goes, where do you live at? And I'm kind of, huh? I mean, she's snapping. Like, the first thing, the first thing she said when you've been here before. No, I have not. This was the first time. This was 2017. I've never been. You've been here before. No. So she's already, in her mind, she's just, this is what she's thinking about me. So, no. So we're explaining the sides, and we got down to the point of the numbers on the trailer park, and the older owners, they messed up on the numbers. It literally goes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 21, 6, 7, 8, 9, and then it gets down here. We're like 11. This is 13, and 12 is over there. Like, literally, they messed up the numbers. In fact, this is going to be Studio 13 if I didn't. Yeah. Anyways, so the judge isn't believing us what we're saying, right? She's getting really confused, and she just looks over me and goes, "Where do you live at?" I'm like, I'm confused. I'm like, okay, what's the distance relevant to the case? Where do you live at? I don't. What? And the bailiff luckily chimed in. He's just like, I think, where is your trailer located from here? Because I'm literally like brain fried because my comprehension skills not that great whatsoever. So finally the bailiff kind of figures it out. So the bailiff is kind of like, oh, I think it's down da-da-da-da-da. And the judge is like, all right, let's go. We're like, I'm looking at the bailiff, he's looking at me, I'm looking at the people I'm going to, we're all, huh? Let's go. She gets up out of her chair and goes. Just fucking goes. So we're all like, confused, like, What? So the bailiff is kind of like, catches what's going on. He's still confused. Like, I guess we're going. Okay, so she gets out the court. We're in the middle of the eviction process. And we all get up and we go. And then we drive down the road to here. And we're all fucking confused. But here's the thing. We finally get here. And I forgot to mention, when the eviction process started, that family that I was kicking out actually moved into like another family. So there was basically 2 families living in a 3-bedroom. Yeah, 3-bedroom, right? And so I told the judge all this, right? And told him it wasn't me with the numbers. But the judge comes here. They, because they said something about their numbers on their door. And they drew this big number on the door. And it was just, what? So the judge gets here, goes to her house, sees everybody in there, and still sides with them. What? So we come back to the courthouse. The judge said, hey, they have another week to pay. Or whatever. The judge gave them like another week, 2 weeks to pay to the money they owed. So I'm like, all right, I see what's going on here. So judge gave him another week to whatever to pay, right? So the Friday, by 5 o'clock, they were supposed to pay whatever Friday after, just ever, right? So I stay home all freaking day long. I don't go anywhere. I'm just right the fuck there at the office. So I film. I like every hour on the hour, I'm taking pictures of the office door. Can you see there? Nothing. They never show. So I go file another court thing, and so we go to court. We go to court again. Whoo! So we go to court again. The judge is getting ready to go with them on that, and so the judge asks, "Did you try to pay?" And I knew it. "Yes, Judge, we tried paying." I'm like, "No, you didn't. I got photos." "All right, well, if you try to pay, you should have the money. Where's the money?" "Well, we gave it back." "You gave back the money? I thought you wanted..." Then the judge realized everything I said was true. Because they said they gave the money they were supposed to pay me back to the person they borrowed it from. It never happened. So in the end, those people did have to leave. And they didn't go peacefully. Kind of like this trailer. I can show you the video of this trailer that I did. Kind of like this trailer, they trashed the fuck out of it. Tried moving in another lady that said she was a preacher. We'll talk about in another video. And her son trashed that one. Yeah, that was a pretty funky one too. "Hey, look, it's me, Mario." I'm thinking about keeping that for background. But yeah, so yeah, they didn't leave without tearing up the place, and it took me forever, and so on and so forth. So, I promise you the quality of video will get a lot better because I'll be able to set up my cameras and everything I need to correctly, as opposed to using my cell phone for the footage. But now I'm gonna go home because me and the Tipsy Queen, which we'll be doing videos with her eventually too. Turn that down. Yeah, we're gonna go get chickens. Anyways, whatever, I'm rambling. I like to ramble too. That's another reason why I'm doing this. All right, guys. Again, like, share, and love and all that. Bye-bye. So that was my first eviction story. Then I'm gonna have more stories like this coming up. We'll probably do some skits because we're gonna make fun of being a trailer park owner and some of the situations we've had here. And it's insane. So if you enjoyed this, I appreciate you watching. If you made it this far, it would help out a lot because even though I'm a landlord, I'm not making a lot of money. So